Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shanrell. If you're new here, welcome. Thanks for checking out this video. Today I'm going to be doing my spending on beauty update for the month of June, but also it has now been 6 months since I started my no buy / item specific low buy. So I'll be doing an update on that as well, and perhaps the things that I learned from doing like a 6-month no buy on certain things. So first, the update for this month. I got my Ipsy, which is $12 a month, but I didn't have any add-ons or whatever. That was, add-ons for me with Ipsy are very much a struggle because they're usually only $3 and sometimes they have really great items, but this month I didn't get any, so I'm proud of myself for that. I also got Allure, which is $15 a month. Then this is where, and I was doing really well after my Allure box. But I got to a point of frustration with one of the blushes actually that I bought last month. I bought the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Jelly Blush and I really didn't like how it looked applied with my fingers, and I didn't have a stippling brush. So on one of our trips to Walmart, I looked around at like the beauty section. I couldn't find the e.l.f. one or a Real Technique stippling brush or anything. Like I was really having trouble finding a stippling brush. So I ended up actually going into our Ulta. Now where we are, the Ulta is open, but you have to wear your face mask obviously, which is fine. I have no problem doing that, but you can't swatch anything. So it's very much a, go in, get what you knew you were gonna get and leave. So I did find a brush. I got one from Real Techniques. This is, I think it's new because they had it in like a display. And this is called the Light Layer Blush Brush. The RT 430. So this is what it looks like. It's actually not very big. I was expecting a bigger stippling brush actually, but I had kind of a hard time finding a stippling brush. I feel like they're kind of hard to find. I don't know. I had troubles. But this one, like, you got the stippling at the top and it becomes much more dense at the bottom. So the point is you can stipple on and then with more pressure kind of swirl to blend it if you'd like. I've got a puppy, as you can see. She is 11 weeks old and she's very playful. She's at that point in her life when everything must be chewed on, including your fingers. We're working on it. But while I was in Ulta, I couldn't help it. I did look around just a little bit, specifically at the Essence section. The puppy's just rolling around on my lap. This is a Moon, by the way. Say hi to the people. She just wants my fingers. It's Moon. So I did pick up a couple things from Essence while I was there. One of the things that's been on my wish list for a long time, not from Essence, is the M Cosmetics Morning Dew Gloss. And I've gotten to the point now where I'm trying to like let myself be okay with like, you know what, actually I could totally dupe that with something else. It's just a clear gloss, and even though it's obviously not the same formula, I do really like the Essence gloss formulas. So this is the Shine 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 Wet Look Lip Gloss, and it was very inexpensive and I really like the formula. So I realize I probably don't need to swatch it for you, but I will because swatches are fun. So it is just a plain clear gloss, and like I said, I do like the formula. Having a clear gloss in your collection is actually a really nice thing to have, and I had used like a clear lip oil up quite a while back, and so I didn't actually have one of these. So now I feel completed once again to have a clear gloss in my collection, and this is very inexpensive and it works. I've also been wanting to try the new blushes. I have their old Matte Touch blush, and they have now just come out with one called The Blush. Now, I got 2 shades. This is Blooming. Now, look at that shade. I picked this up just because I find it confusing. It almost looks like a powder, just like a face powder, but it says it's a blush. So I'm gonna swatch it for you. I'm gonna have to like really experiment with this to see like what I think of it. So there's kind of a heavy swatch on my finger. Look at, yeah, it's just so strange that this is a blush. So it's like really hard to see. Can you see it right there? Not really, you can't. Try and add some more so you can see it. I can see it, from my viewpoint here. It's kind of pretty hard to see on camera. There, swatch pretty heavily. You can see a very slight change in color in this part of my hand. So I'm not quite sure the purpose of this, which was honestly the reason why I bought it. It's cheap enough to experiment with, and I have seen other blushes this color too. So anyway, this will be just definitely for experimentation to see what the point of a blush like this is. But I also got this shade, which I heard mentioned before, and this is shade number 10, which is Befitting. This is really pretty, and as always, Essence has really good blushes. I feel like if you need makeup on a budget, check out the Essence blushes. People are not exaggerating when they say how nice they are. So I swatched it down there. There's the shade Befitting. So that was all I was gonna do, but then I walked by the little thing by the checkout and they had some minis, which grabbed my attention. Now I have never tried a MAC lipstick before, but here I have a little mini MAC lipstick. I think mini lipsticks are the way to go. I would love just having a whole collection of mini lipsticks. So this is in the shade Twig. Like I said, I'd never tried one before, which was why this caught my attention. I thought this was a good opportunity to try one. That's it swatched right there. That's not really a shade I go for this time of year, but I could really see myself using it in the fall or the winter. And we have a very long winter where I'm from. This is a shade that I'm drawn to, honestly, for most of the year. So I think I will get some use out of this. I think it seems like a nice formula, but I'm happy to get to try that out. So that trip to Ulta cost me, hang on, I have my note here, $32.52. So I got out there not too terrible. I also, on one of my random trips to Walmart this month, picked up this e.l.f. brush. This is supposed to be a e.l.f. brow comb and brush, so you know, brush and comb. And this I bought specifically because I wanted a really fine comb like this for when I have like a really wet, clumpy mascara, and sometimes when you try to save it, it makes it look worse. And I've seen that you can fix it if you can take like a little comb like this and kind of comb through your lashes. I just wanted the comb, and I actually couldn't find just a plain eyelash comb, and this one actually says brow on it. So I'm not sure how well it worked for my lashes, but you know what, it was $2. I'm not too worried about it if it doesn't work out. So beauty spending for the month, including my subscription boxes and my trip to Ulta, it was $61.52. I feel like this is probably one of the better months I've had in the past 6 months for beauty spending. So now looking at everything overall for my spending, I think the skincare no-buy portion of this no-buy was the biggest success. I was the type of person, or I suppose I still am kind of the type of person, where if I see certain items, specifically things like cleansers, especially oil cleansers, cleansing balms, if I see them on a sale, I'll grab them because I know I'll eventually use them, and I'm interested to try out different formulas. However, I got to a point where I had a lot of backups. In the past 6 months, I've been using up everything. I'm now on my last cleansing oil. That makes me feel really good. Same with sunscreen. I was at kind of at a point where I wanted to try out different things. I used up all my sunscreens. Now I'm just on to one sunscreen, and I've been working through my cleansers. I've been working through without buying any more. And I did, get some that came through in Ipsy or Allure, but I didn't actually go out. Let's see, sunscreen, I actually did run out of sunscreen, and I had to follow my rule. If I ran out of something, I would allow myself to repurchase. So I did actually have to go and buy some sunscreen. So I think actually this 6-month period really helped me to have a little more self-control with skincare stuff. Even though I do go through it, it's not good to have so many backups. It takes up space, and they do have an expiration date. So this way I feel like I have some more self-control. I know I'll get to something eventually. So I feel like that really helped me out in that respect. As far as other things on my no-buy, like powders, foundations, I was kind of in like a mode last year where I really wanted to find the perfect foundation for myself. I still would like to. I really enjoy BB cream on a day-to-day basis, but for filming, I wouldn't mind finding a more full, not necessarily full coverage, but medium coverage, more matte foundation. I really liked the L'Oreal Infallible one. That one made me break out, unfortunately, so I couldn't keep it. And after a couple experiences like that of having them break me out, and now having found some BB creams that work for me, I think that this no-buy was good to just make me stop trying things and wait until I've used up some other things as well. So I do think I will eventually maybe get samples of things. I am no longer willing to actually buy full-size items just to try. Same for powders. I've been working through the same loose powder for a really long time now in my project pan. I don't feel a compulsion to go out and try all the powders. There's one or two, like specifically the number 7 one, that I think I'll probably pick up relatively soon to try out, but otherwise I don't feel the need to buy powders, so that was a success, I think. Looking at, I was scrolling through my notes and I actually found my list of items that I was on a no buy for, and I'm really proud of myself because I think I got all these things. I didn't buy anything more brow stuff. I had to buy spray because I ran out of my matte spray, so I did have to repurchase something, but I haven't bought any mascara, eyeshadow primer, highlighter, bronzer, regular primer, or powder, or skincare except replacements. The categories where I struggle always was in the low buy, where I definitely did not put myself on a no buy, but a low buy for things like eyeshadow and lip products. Those are like my two, and blush. Those are my three very favorite categories. I still purchased from them, as you can see, like in my past videos for my no buy updates. But most of the time, I kept all my spending under $100. In fact, looking at my beauty purchases since January, I only had 1 month where I went over, and that was the month that I bought an expensive sunscreen. So I'm pretty happy with that, especially since that also includes my subscription boxes. I really like subscription boxes just for trying things out, but it helps me kind of get that itched to try out new things for not too much money. But they do add more to my beauty spending total. So for now, I don't think I need to put myself on a specific no buy. I feel like I've really helped myself there especially with the skincare stuff. We'll see how July goes. I know that a lot of brands have sales in July. I'm kind of bracing myself for that, actually. We'll see how this goes. I still do plan on doing like an end of the month spending update just to keep myself accountable. Like I don't want to be the person that, makes people go out and buy things because I love it. And it's not really a thing of look what I got and look what I got. But having to vlog my purchases like this, it helps keep it real for me. And when you buy something here and buy something here, a lot of times you don't really think about the added up cost, but by the end of the month, if you do it, it's often like a reality check. So I think I'll still do these at the end of the month, but I just won't be in a specific low buy, no buy with a goal. Thank you for hanging out with me as I just went over how that went for me the past 6 months. Are you guys in a low buy or a no buy? Let me know how it's going down in the comments. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful summer. I know it's been a very strange summer for us. We're not doing our usual activities. Usually right now we're camping, we're enjoying the outside, and obviously we could still go camping, but a big part of camping for us is going with our family and going with our friends, which is kind of hard to maintain social distance. Even though it's outside, we're kind of trying to figure out how we could do that. It's hard with kids as well to make sure that they are aware of maintaining social distance. But anyway, that's just something to be figured out this summer. I hope you guys are having a decent summer. I know it's just been very strange for everyone, but I will see you in my next video. Thanks again, guys. Bye.